are steadfast in our demands for divestment, for disclosure, and for cutting ties with Israeli academic institutions complicit in Israeli apartheid.
Students at a pro-Palestinian encampment remain defiant as a deadline approaches for them to potentially face removal. Good evening. Students and administrators have been meeting since 5 p.m. ahead of tomorrow's 8 a.m. deadline.
The students want to see a framework for the school to divest and disclose its ties to Israel, while the school wants to see students put an end to their encampment on university grounds. CTV's Sean Lithong has been speaking with demonstrators today and joins us live now with more. Sean, the clock is ticking.
It certainly is, Andrew and Raheem. You can see the area over my right shoulder. That's actually the entrance to the encampment. There's been a couple standoffs here today. People actually trying to get their way in, but the folks acting as security for that doorway, not letting everybody in. Now, if we moved this direction, you can actually see inside the encampment, and there has been a lot of people waiting to hear word on that meeting. We know the meeting will last for about 2 hours, and at the start, they were very far apart. Heading back to the bargaining table, UofT encampment protesters have presented a counter-offer to the university administration.
We, the students, are steadfast in our demands for divestment, for disclosure, and for cutting ties with Israeli academic institutions.
After rejecting an offer from the university late last week, pro-Palestinian encampment protesters say their position has not changed. Their counter-offer posted to the group's Instagram page demanding the university divest its endowment from investments that provide direct or indirect military aid to Israel, that the university disclose all publicly traded investments, and suspend ties to a post-secondary institution operating in East Jerusalem and a university involved in developing weapons for Israel, while also asking for commitments that the university will not punish staff or students for engaging in the protest.
Our offer is fair and reasonable.
On Thursday, the university presented their offer, which included creating an advisory committee looking into divestment, a working group to consider options for disclosure, and a hard no on severing ties to academic institutions, giving protesters 24 hours to consider. Protesters say the offer was intended to slow play without offering any real commitments.
This process is slow, bureaucratic, and archaic. We reject playing a game that will go nowhere. Right now, at the end of this press conference, President Gertler can come on this mic and say, I commit to this, and it will happen.
They point to a 2021 decision where the university announced they would divest from investments in fossil fuel companies.
It's a notice of trespass.
Friday afternoon, protesters were served a letter of trespass from Toronto police after rejecting the university's offer. The notice stipulated that if protesters do not leave by Monday at 8 a.m., the university will be taking all necessary legal steps, including seeking an order from the Ontario Superior Court of Justice.
They are still open to negotiation, so we're taking them at their word.
The students saying that while negotiations continue, there is a chance for resolution, while they're also preparing a defense against a possible court order to leave.
Our lawyers tell us that it's highly unlikely that the injunction will go through, and that they are preparing a strong case to move forward. But, we will have to wait and see.
As both sides look towards the 25th day of the encampment. Having spoken with somebody inside the encampment not long ago, they said the meeting was actually pushed back half an hour, starting at 5:30, expected to last until 7:30. Now, there's not expected to be any updates from either side tonight, but plans for tomorrow are that the University of Toronto is expected to go to court seeking an injunction at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Members from the encampment and their lawyers were expected to be there as well. Also, they will be holding a rally tomorrow with members of the Ontario Federation of Labour and CUPE. That is in anticipation if the possibility of the police arrive tomorrow. They want to essentially have a lot of people here for that. Reporting live, I'm Sean Lithong. Andrew and Raheem, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Sean.